Thank you for staying with us. This is TVC Breakfast, and it's time now to look at the headlines on the front pages of the newspapers. This Thursday, we're starting off with Blueprint. Blueprint is reporting on 1,266 FCT Kebbi Nasarawa pilgrims who have now arrived at Saudi Arabia as part of the pilgrimage exercise, the annual pilgrimage exercise for the Muslim faithful. And talking about the Rivers crisis, 5 pro-Wike commissioners quit Fubara's cabinet. Also, Bishop Kuka is in the news saying 1 year not enough to George Tinubu's administration. Senate says local government councils dead in Nigeria. And, of course, as the controversy on what the Nigerian worker is entitled to in terms of a realistic minimum wage, Labour tells FG we will not take 48,000 as, talks went on Wednesday. All right, that's for the Blueprint. You can check out, further information, getting details there. All right, let's check out Salient Times now. All right, Salient Times. Okay, Salient Times says Nigeria sliding into one-party state. NYLF warns Nigerians, describes PDP national chairman as a mole, advocates for the zoning of PDP chairmanship to North Central, warns FG against allowing France, US to establish military bases in Nigeria. All right, Sanwo-Olu loses deputy chief of staff. That's a rather sad one there. May Mr. Shoyowo's soul rest in peace. Atiku rebukes FG over plans to use 20 trillion naira pension funds for building critical infrastructure. Labour unions walk out of minimum wage negotiations, blast FG, even as Labour rejects FG's 48,000 naira offer. FG to reconstitute governing councils of varsities soon. That's according to the NUC boss. Police release portable after meeting bill condition. Nigerians are in pain, Kuka tells Tinubu, but adds 1 year not enough to George Tinubu's government. All right, Theophilus.
Well, this Nigerian newspaper says Senate blames governors for collapsed local government councils nationwide. High cost of foodstuff, beverages drive inflation to 33.69% in April. That's according to the NBS. Nigerians are in pain, difficult situation, says Kuka. The Accountant General of the Federation says tax revenue currently highest source of income. Rivers, 5 cabinet members quit Fubara's government, alleged anti-party activities. Ondo APC suspends Jimoh Ibrahim. Senate blames governors for collapsed local councils nationwide. And of course, that's in this Nigeria this morning.
On the front page of the Leadership newspaper, hope dims for workers as FG offers 48,000 naira. Labour stages walkout, insists on 615,000 naira minimum wage. Government not in touch with reality. In the meantime, Bishop Kuka, again, another talking point from him, saying Nigerians going through a lot of pain. Former CBN Governor Emefiele pleads not guilty to a fresh fraud charge. New gas projects to boost domestic supply gas by 25%. The crisis in Rivers State appears to still be raging as 5 pro-Wike commissioners quit Governor Fubara's cabinet. Inflation defies economic reforms. Latest statistics says inflation hit 33.69% in April.
The Punch newspaper says minimum wage. Labour dumps negotiations over federal government's 48,000 naira proposal. Negotiation has broken down. 48,000 naira amounts to wage reduction, says unions. Oyo set for Olubadan's coronation buries Balogun June the 1st. Biden world leaders condemn shooting of Slovak Prime Minister. Tinubu to tackle power outages with 2 gas plants. Imported food prices rise as inflation hits 33.6%, that's according to the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics. Western democracy model not working for Nigeria, Obasanjo insists. Federal government eyes $2.7 billion revenue from marine sector. Autopsy failed to reveal cause of Mohbad's death, says pathologist. Emefiele implemented Naira swap without Buhari's approval, says EFCC.
All right, that's all on the Punch newspaper. Of course, yesterday the coroner's inquest heard Mohbad's, ongoing proceedings regarding the nature of how he died. And of course, that was kind of the high point. Many people had been looking forward to that, but as it is now, we hear that the pathologist has said it wasn't conclusive. Let's check out another paper now. Daily Trust is reporting the rejection of the federal government's 48,000 minimum wage offer, giving President Tinubu a 2-week ultimatum. Government is mum. That's according to Daily Trust. 8 die, 20 injured as man burns Kano Mosque over inheritance tussle. On Hajj, pilgrims caution against traveling with contraband as Nigeria begins airlift. Food crisis worsens as inflation hits 33.69%. Yobe goes spiritual against electricity vandals and slaughters cow. This and more on Daily Trust.
Of course, we'll go to Nigerian News Direct this morning. It says here, minimum wage negotiations hit deadlock as labor unions reject federal government's proposed 48,000 naira. That's in Nigerian News Direct this morning. Federal government will no longer grant license to marketers without CNG pumps, says NMDPRA. 24 persons injured in Kano Mosque explosion. Foreign remittances. Courts grants license to 14 IMTOs. He was an armor bearer. Sawolu mourns late aide at 55. NDLEA confiscates 12.4 grams of cocaine. It's 1.5 kg of cannabis in Osun State. Governor Sule woos investors to invest in Nasarawa, assures of inclusive economy.
Platform times now. NLC, TUC walk out of FG's negotiation on minimum wage over 48,000 naira offer. Northern youth leader raises alarm over proposed military base relocation amidst democratic threats. Hoodlums attack residents in Abuja community over scavengers' attempt to steal pot of food. Police launch manhunt for woman giving toddler daughter alcohol. Court sends jobless man to jail over church property theft. Why Tinubu approved 90 billion naira to subsidize costs of 2024 Hajj, says Shatima. An army cracks down on illegal crude oil refining in Rivers State. Lawyer faults police over Portable's arrest. All these and more on Platform Times.
The Nation newspaper says the government's 48,000 naira after offer breaks up new minimum wage talks. Building a good society takes time, says Kuka. Wogu Abe defend Wike's integrity. Emefiele charged with unlawful printing of new naira notes. NUC ready with boards of 61 federal varsities. 530 CNG buses for deployment in Lagos, Oyo, Kwara, FCT, others. Marginal 0.49% rise in inflation rate raises hope. WAEC to begin CBT in November, says WASC. Obaseki to unite above Benin chiefs. That's in the Nation newspaper this morning.
All right, let's check out Vanguard newspaper now. The big story there reads, Labour quit talks as FG offers 48,000 naira. OPS, that's the organized private sector, offers for 54,000, which Labour has kicked against. Governors have killed local government, says Senate. On CNG, nationwide deployment begins later this month, the 29th, according to Vanguard. Obaseki warns politicians against frustrating Palace and Ige peace talks. Atiku kicks against FG's plan to borrow pension funds. We will not rush investigation, says the EFCC regarding former Governor Matawale. And all right, that's it on Vanguard.
All right, the Daily Times says NLC TUC pull out of minimum wage negotiations. NLC TUC pulled out of minimum wage negotiations as federal government proposes 48,000 naira. Labour insists on 615,000 naira. Gives federal government end of May to reconsider stance, initiate genuine moves to resolve impasse. Senate approves Tinubu's $500 million loan request. Nigeria's inflation surges to 33.69% in April. 5 Rivers commissioners bow out of Fubara's cabinet. Emefiele denies alleged unlawful Naira redesign charge. And don't fiddle with Nigeria Pensions Fund assets. Atiku warns Tinubu. HOR to investigate airworthiness of all aircraft in presidential fleet. That's in the Daily Times newspaper this morning.
Finally, Sporting Live. CAF appoints Chadian referee to work with Sudanese assistants, Egyptian as referee assessor, Ghanaian as match commissioner. I won't mind leaving foxes. That's according to Wilfred Ndidi. Osimhen to miss Viola showdown. Boniface wins awards. There's so many stories, but of course there you have it now. You can check them all out. This is Sporting Life. Many more information will be there as you go on to the papers using your device or checking out the hard copies to read up and get information. Some of them will also form part of our discussions later on during the course of the program. This TVC breakfast this Thursday.